Welcome to BTS Queens FFs. Disclaimer: this is a complete work of fan fiction. One was sitting on bed, her mind roaming around her earlier conversation with Jungkook. One, please give me a chance. I have changed, let me prove myself. You had chance, Jungkook, you lost it long ago, and now you don't have any chance. You shall leave. No, don't say it, let me prove myself. One last chance. Sorry, but get out of my house and never show me your face ever again. Please, Wayne, at least let me meet Ava sometimes. When wipe her tears, she's not your daughter and never be part of your life. Accept it as soon as possible. I'm ready to change Wayne shakes her head. No, you're not ready to change your mind, not even a chance. It took me a long time to heal Jungkook, she confronted boldly. I won't let you to ruin my mental peace all over again. But loves you, Wayne. Always still do. One more prize. I never said you didn't years ago. Can't say anything else for now. But about taking you in our life, this is not possible. His eyes losing hope as he got up. I'm leaving, but I have not given up. I promise I'll make you mine again. Flashback ends. One sighs as she took a deep breath to calm her nerves, his last words still lingering in her mind. This slightly shakes her to core. She have seen the determination in his voice, but she was getting scared from him now. All the memories from the good old times start coming back to her mind as she tried to not let anything affect her, and she blinks back her tears when she heard a knock on her door. She immediately wiped her eyes before getting up as she went to open the door and mustered a fake smile for her daughter. What happened, Princess? Ava was standing in door, holding her stuffed toy, her eyes slightly glossy. One smile dropped immediately as she knelt down to her knee level and cupped her cheeks and wiped her tears immediately. What happened, baby? Are you alright? Did you had a bad dream? She shakes her head as no, and hugs Gwen tightly and bursts into more sobs. Gwen rubs her back in a soothing manner, getting more worried now. What happened, Princess? She picks her as she locks door and came back to bed. I was not ready to let go her mother, so one just held her closely as she murmured some soothing words to calm her nerves. One slightly pulled Ava away as she stared in her soft doe eyes. Her eyes were red and still slightly glossy. One creased her cheeks. What happened you want to share with Mom? Her voice was soft and so comforting. Ava pouts, nodding as she hugged her mother again. One frowns. She had never seen Ava getting this emotional before, and her sudden action was making her worried. You're scaring me, Princess. What's wrong? She looks upward towards her mother. Don't be scared, Mommy. I'll protect you from everyone, she murmured, still sobbing. A tear rolled down one's eyes as she let out a chuckle on her daughter's words. I'm sure you will, she smiled, swapping her eyes and then Ava's. Now be a good girl and tell me what happened. I don't like the Mr. Handsome from earlier. He made my mommy cry. When I widened, Ava was not even there when she talked with Jungkook. How did she know? I didn't cry, my love. You're lying, Mommy. Lying is a sin, right? Why not? Biting her lips on her daughter's, scolding her. He's not even handsome. I don't like anyone who hurts my mommy. She hugs Swan tightly and her mother's heart warm up. One mixed back her tears and composed herself before speaking again. He didn't make me cry, love. I see you crying. I was hiding behind couch. Gwen sighs with closed eyes. Okay, look, I'm fine. She smiled slightly to reassure her. I like him. I don't want to meet him ever again. She hugs Wine tightly. One gesture, her not knowing what to say or reply. Few minutes passed, and one was successful to divert her attention to the things and calm her. She was giggling while talking about some random stuff with her mother now. Mommy, can I have a pizza? One smiles. Of course, love, I'll order for you. She shakes her head as no. Let's make pizza at home. I'll help you in everything. She smiles and one chuckles on her cuteness as she pinches her cheeks and grabs her hand to go outside and make their pizza. I messed up, Hank. I messed up so badly. After leaving Wayne's house, he drive till his mind start processing everything and whatever happened earlier. 5 years is a long time, Jungkook, he murmured, putting his hand on Jungkook's shoulder as he nods in response. I know, but I would never leave her first place if I knew she's pregnant. You know why I left her? Well, you know I don't want to leave her too. Why it always happened with me. When I was finally happy with the love of my life, I have to leave from country, leaving her all alone to herself. You know how much difficult it was for me to cut all ties with her. And when years later I finally came back, I got another heartbreak. I had a daughter and I didn't even knew about her. He sobs. I know everything, but she don't know Jungkook. She have raised a daughter alone. Ever thought who take care of her in her pregnancy? How she managed everything with her newborn child? Jungkook face sunk low. He was only feeling a single thing: regret to leave, regret to not know his girlfriend. Love of his life was carrying his child when he left her. She dealt with everything all alone. Regret to be not there for her when she needs him in her pregnancy. Regret to not be able to hold her and comfort her when she got through hard times. Regret he was not there for her when she take care of the newborn all alone, all by herself. Regret he missed to be not only in his love's life but his daughter's life too. He didn't hear her first cry, first word, first step, her first day at school. He was not there for her any time when she so desperately needs him. And the only thing he was feeling now was regret. All the things he had earned with his hard work in the last few years was looking like a wastage. Everything suddenly became meaningless for him. He know he can go back to time and make everything right when he so desperately want this to happen. But he was sure for one thing that he will not give up this time, nor for Wyan, neither for their daughter. He will be lost enough time of his life without them, but not anymore. He will do anything to make things right. With determination and clear mind, he got up from there as he finally made his mind what to do next. It's been 2 weeks till that day when Jiko confronted her and asked her for a second chance after finding they have a daughter together. In the last 2 weeks, Jiko didn't let go any chance to meet Wayne and pleaded her to give him a chance. How much guilty he is, how badly he wants to be in her and their daughter's life. When massaged her temples after coming back from office, as much as she wanted to ignore Jungkook, he was giving her a headache now. She sighs as a smile tugged her lips to see Ava. But a question was roaming in her mind, which she so desperately wants to ask Ava. She knew how badly Ava wants to meet her father and how badly she wants her father in life. One sighs, taking a deep breath. Ava, she calls her politely. Who hummed in response, coloring her book. I was thinking, do you want to meet your father? Her face lit up as she immediately pushed her coloring book away and stared at her mother with happy doe eyes. Something twitched in mind to see her happy just listening about her father. Can I meet him, mommy? One button in her cheeks, suddenly getting nervous. What was happening from last 2 weeks she never planned or even think about it in her subconsciousness. But Eva deserved to know her father. When on the other side, probably her father was as anxious to meet her too. Do he care? One questioned. Let them meet and see if he do care for his daughter or not, one subconscious said. Of course you can meet him. Ava immediately got up and hugged Swine tightly, making her startle and off guard due to her sudden action. You the best. Can I meet him today? She blinks innocently, still hugging her mother. Wine increased her head softly. Well, for that we need to ask your father. Either he's available today or perhaps he has some other work. One suggested after thinking. Moreover, she don't want to give Ava hope. Who knows either Jungkook really want to meet her or acknowledge his presence like a father figure or not. Oh, I'm okay with it. Let's call him. She tripped and one side widened. I'll call him, baby, and then tell you. Till then, do some colors in your book. I'll pouts, but nods in understanding. One heart sometimes swells with so much affection to know how much understanding and good daughter she have. One leans down as she nudges her nose with hers. Go back, I'll call him, weren't really sure, getting up, and she went to her previous seat with a smile. When came outside as she called Jungkook, he immediately picked up on second call as if so desperately waiting for a call already. Hey, when murmured awkwardly. Hi, he was smiling on the side, how desperately and how long he had wished to see her name on his phone. And when she suddenly called him, his heart started beating faster, as he immediately picked her call. How are you? When asked, politely to start a conversation. Good, after hearing your voice. When closed her eyes and when she didn't speak for a few seconds, he started panicking. When? Are you still there? Yeah, sorry, just turned out. She sighs. You scared me. I thought you got the call. When didn't bother to reply. Are you free this weekend? He raised a brow in confusion on her sudden questions. Yeah, why? Good. Eva wants to meet her dad. His heart skips a beat as he got stunned for next few seconds. Did you talk with her about me? He was so anxious to hear her reply. Yeah, I did. Let it aside that he didn't even realize that he was howling. Did she know about me? I mean, who her father is. I mean that did she know I am her father? He was stuttering and one raised a brow. No, she don't. He was disappointed but happy enough to know he's meeting his daughter. Oh, I see, he replied in small voice. All right then, I shall see you in XXX restaurant at 8 p.m. I'll be there on time. He nods, announcing, already desperate to meet them. It might be your last chance, Jungkook. Make a decision wisely. He gulps them. I know, I'll be there, he replied immediately, and with a goodbye, Wen cuts the call. Jung was suddenly feeling happy after getting call from Wen. Only the thought he's going to see his daughter and love of his life was exciting him. But he was anxious at the same time too. What if Eva don't like him? What if she don't want him to be his father? Everything will go to waste even before he started. If Eva don't like him, he gulps a lump, getting nervous. Jung was already reached the restaurant before time as he was anxiously waiting for Eva and wine. The constant movement of his face on the table was total indication of his nervousness. Who will thought one of the most successful businessmen of the country at such a young age was anxious for such a reason? Well, here's a thought standing in front of him to make him came out of his daydreamings. He immediately got up, ended up hitting his knee on the way. In his hesitance, as he closed his eyes with a sudden pain shot up, but he mustered a smile and straightened his forces to cut read both of them. I'm impressed. You came earlier, she murmured as she put her bag aside. Yeah, don't want to disappoint you again. One stirred him as if trying to read what's going in his brain as his gaze lingered to her tiny figure next to Wyan, who was holding her hand and slightly hiding behind her too. Wyan noticed his gaze as she turned towards Saba and slightly pushed her in front. As much as Saba was excited to meet her father, one can see she was being as shy and nervous when it was finally time for the real encounter. Come on, greet your dad, Ava blinks her eyes as she looks between her mother and him, but instead of taking a step towards him, she crossed her arms with narrow eyes and moved back towards Wyan. He can't be my father. He made you cry, mommy. When eyes widened, and so does Jungkook's. It's been already more than 2 weeks to that thing, and when didn't thought she will remember it till now. Jungkook face fell too when he heard her words, his fear taking over as his face slightly pale when knelt down in front of her as she cupped her cheeks. He didn't make mommy cry, love. I told you before, right? You know, mommy and daddy meet after a long time. So I just got emotional, and that's why I started crying. When tried to make her understand with soft words, Jungkook's heart swelled with some unknown affection towards Wayne. She was still trying to make up their bond. To hit of them, a question twice in his brain. Come on, you were so excited to meet Dad, and now finally, when he's in front, you're showing tantrums. And Sandy pinched her nose, making her giggles. Let's go. And gave a daddy hug. Ava smiles as she looked towards her mom, and then Jungkook opened his arms for her, and she immediately went in his arms, making him to pick her in his arms as he hugged her tightly, finally feeling warmth of his daughter. I missed you, Daddy, she murmured, and his eyes slightly turned glossy. Don't cry, Jungkook. You'll look jump in front of your daughter. He mentally scowled himself, looking back his shirts. I missed you more, princess. He raised her cheek slightly. After greeting Ava, sit with Jungkook, and sooner they start bonding with each other too. He was listening her every word attentively with a soft smile on his lips. They ordered food and with light gossips eat it, which was most likely I was telling different kind of school stories to them, and her parents listened to her attentively. Daddy, I can't eat anymore. She huffed. Jungkook was feeding her food with his hands. Finish your food, Wen gave her a motherly glare. Jungkook, who was ready to listen to his daughter's words, he gulped at them to see Wen's mommy side. It was scary. No, I want ice cream, she again protested. You're not having ice cream if you don't finish your food. Mommy, please, she went. I don't like pasta, Jungkook interrupted mother-daughter duo. Do you want my princess wants to eat something else instead of pasta? He murmured calmly while wiping her face, and her face lit up. Yes, pizza, she tripped and one rolls rice. Just Miss Ava and her obsession with pizza. Nope, you're not having pizza. Butterfly, let her, please. When heart skips a beat when he called her with the same name that he used for her when they were dating, her cheeks slightly turning flush. But she immediately composed herself to glare him or throw a witty remark, but he was staring her with those pair of doe eyes which always worked for her years ago. She groans, annoyed. Okay, fine, she huffs and Jungkook smirked. His plan works, while Awa was also shocked. Oh my god, are we ordering pizza, Daddy? He nods, and they both high-fived after ordering pizza. Awa tested Jungkook to leans down, he fronts, but do what his princess was telling him to do. Mama is so strict, she never done this before, nor she ever listened to anyone if they say the same thing. She told him and Jungkook raised a brow with a smile. Don't worry, Princess. Daddy is here to spoil you with his love and give you everything you want, he murmured in same hushed tone while creasing her soft ears and her eyes lit up. Really? He nods as she hugs him tightly, wrapping her tiny arms around his neck. You're the best, Daddy, she announced loudly now, and Wine raised a brow. What are you both doing? She asked with narrowed eyes. Nothing. I just thanked Daddy. She smiles, which he didn't. An hour later, one was ready to leave, but Ava was persistent. She will not leave without meeting Jungkook, who was actually went to pay bill. Why is it taking him this long? Is he broke? Can I check? She huffed. Jungkook finally ran back as he handed the ice cream to Ava, making her face lit up, and then extended another towards Wine. She glared at him. Don't act like you don't like ice cream. In fact, she have got your both habits of loving ice cream and pizza. Wine eyes widened. I don't, she protested while gritting her teeth. Come on, sweetheart. You have forgot all the times I sneak ice cream and pizza for you in your dorm in the middle of the night, he drawled, and her cheeks flushed in embarrassment, only to make him smirk. Don't cross your limits, she hissed. What I did now, he extended his both hands in mock surrender, with the last year went hold of his hand and immediately left from there. After that day, Jungkook hopefully started meeting Awa from taking her park to play dates, watching her favorite cartoons and movies with her, to getting her favorite food. I was beyond happy to have her father in her life who was fulfilling her all wishes on just a call. He was trying so hard and one can see it too. Doorbell rings as one went to open the door, sniffling a yawn. Do you see the time, Jungkook? She scolded as soon as she opened the door, but her eyes softened to see Ava sleeping in his arms. Both of them went out for a movie date and one was waiting for them to return back home. I'm so sorry, darling, he murmured slowly, entering inside as he straight went towards Ava's room, while Wine glared at him as she follows him behind. Who invited you inside? She hissed. Calm down, baby. Our daughter is sleeping, he whispered as he dragged her outside with him. Wine glared at him as she pushed her hand away from him. Don't touch me. I'm sorry, but Ava was sleeping. And why are you late? She wants to go amuse Smart. So I take her, he grins, which immediately flattered when she gave him a stern glare, stepping towards him. Don't spoil her, who knows when you will left again. She will not able to understand about ended up heartbroken Jungkook, when told him sternly, a hint of pain in her voice, and his heart break more. I'll not leave again. She scoffed, rolling her eyes. Why don't you trust me just this once? I promise I will not break your Rawa's heart. You did. Many promises earlier too. Her voice breaks an end, as if she was holding back herself. A lone tear also left her eyes. His heart etched more as he extended his hand to wipe it, but she took a step backwards. I'm sorry, he whispers. I have said before and will say it 1,000 times again. I'm a shameful man. Trust me, I regret my action. But you know, if I knew you were pregnant, I'll never leave. When chuckles on his words. I'm not a kid, Jungkook. You have already made your mind, and I don't think you'll stop and didn't leave even if you knew about my pregnancy. I pulled her towards him as he cupped her cheeks and wiped her tears softly. Trust me, baby, I don't want to leave. I never want to leave you at first place, but I don't have any other option. Back then, I'm regretting when. I'm regretting to be not there for you and Ava when you need me. He was also crying now. When tried to pull him, but he held her more firmly. I love you. I still loves you. I'm still madly in love with you. Wen took a shaky breath as she pushed him away. Leave, she muddled, coldly. And please, I can explain. She shakes her head. Leave, please. He stared at her for a few seconds and then eventually left with a heavy heart. And as soon as he was out of sight, Wen kneels down as she burst into tears. Everything was so painful for her. It's been 3 months since Jungkook was meeting with Ava, and so far they have built their relationship so well, with a great bond, and unknowingly, a cold barrier was also melting for Wen's heart too. He wasn't just trying to win his daughter, but with his mother's heart too. And no matter how much Wen tried to act strong, at the end she was still that old Wen that he knew and loves. Wen can see his efforts to win slowly. She was trying to think, what if he really gave him a chance, or he really was regretting everything. So Mr. Handem X is trying his best to make a good image in front of his ex-girlfriend, she teased, and when glared her, stop speaking nonsense. She rolled her eyes. He's trying Wan, and you have seen it too. He's being honest, and you know why he left. It was not you or his future. She bit her lips and took a deep breath, staring her suspiciously. Jimin promised me to not tell you, bro. Moreover, I think it's Yinko's story to tell you. I'm sorry, but I think you should ask him, whole thing, and please try to reconsider and give him a chance. She tapped my shawl and left from there. And she was curious to know what Anaya was about to accidentally tell her and then stops. When he heard the giggles of her daughter when she turns back home as she made her way towards her room. You're looking so funny, Daddy, she giggled, sitting in his lap. One looked towards Jungkook and then burst into laughter. His whole face was covered with massive makeup, while hairs have multiple little rubber bands tied like a ponytails. When not able to hold back and burst into laughter to see him like this, taking both of their attention, Ava jumped up from his lap and ran towards Vine as she picks her in her arms. Isn't he looking cute and funny at the same time? She giggles and Jungkook huffs, sitting on her bed. Don't laugh at me, why not? Burst into more laughter. He smiles to see his both girls happy as he moves towards them. You're looking handsome, Daddy, she teased, laughing, but her laughter stops relighting what she just called him as her cheeks flushed and noticed everything as he smirks. One excused herself as she immediately came outside to take up sigh for life. One was reading a book when Jiko came there. Why you wash your face? You were looking cute, he gulps. He smirks coming towards her as he leans down towards her, making her gulp a lump. You're having so much fun, didn't you, darling? He drawled huskily, and before she predicted his next action, he lay on couch, sitting his head on her lap, one eyes widened as she stiffened in place. What are you doing? She stuttered, trying to take a nap. His voice muffled as he was hugging her waist when gulped Salam. I think you should leave, he nods, but didn't budge to move. She tried to push him, but no use. His strength was nothing in front of her. Moreover, he was hugging her tightly. She sighs after a few minutes, giving up, and he smirks internally, totally satisfied, when her hands unknowingly went to his ears and she starts squeezing them. Both of them were silent for a few minutes, just enjoying each other's presence. Jungkook calls him, breaking the silence as he hummed in response. Can I ask you something? Looks up towards her and smiles. Is it even a question? Of course you can. Promise me you'll tell me the truth. Here is the pro and confusion, but notes anyways. Why you left 5 years ago? Don't give me any lame excuse that I already know. And tell me the truth. His body's visible stiffens as her hands stop moving too. You already know everything. When grabbed a fistful of his shirts as she pushed him upwards towards her. I said the truth, she hissed, and he slightly groaned when she pulled his shirts. Okay, okay, leave them. You still same crazy woman, he muttered, sitting up. When she finally decided to leave his shirts, she smiled smilingly. I'm glad you remember how I used to pull your hair. Now stop getting on my nerves and tell me everything. His eyes. Did Jimin tell you something? He muttered something incoherent underneath his breath. He didn't, but you just confirmed there is really something that I don't know. His eyes. I'm still waiting. Your father, he started looking down, and then took a deep breath before looking towards there. Your father threatened me to leave you and move from country, or else he'll ruin my father's company with reputation. And he pauses. If I didn't left, he was even ready to get you married with some of his business partner just for a business deal. His face clenched, remembering it, while mine just dropped on floor in shock. What, you're lying, right? He gave her a painful smile. I know it will hurt, but it's truth. Tears start rolling from her eyes. But how? He spotted me. Her words stop as old memories start roaming in her mind. Her father did force her to. Her child, how his behavior is always different from her mother. How her mother always tried to keep Ava in front of her eyes when she went there, or why she insisted to stay at Gwen's house when Gwen needed to leave Ava home. Unknowingly, her been learned. Does her mother know too? So she know too about it, and she tried to keep this to herself too. But why her dad? She was sobbing by now as Jungkook grabbed his arm around her and pulled her closer while rubbing her back in a soothing manner. Trust me, it was not easy to decide. I never want to leave you when. Even when I planned, I tried my best to take you with me because I can't trust him. His eyes rubbing her back soothingly. What happened was supposed to happen, I guess, he chuckles, and one hauled his shirt lightly. You didn't tell me earlier. At that time, she threw a punch on his. But I told you, your father said this. I knew how much you loves him, and who knows, probably you don't believe me too. He chuckled spitefully in end, while she bit her lower lip, crying more. After a few more minutes, Sting was successful to make her feel better, and she was not crying anymore. I'm sorry, I blame you for everything. He smiled lightly on her words. It's okay, baby. It was our past. Let's move to future now. He extended his hand towards her. Let's move to future together when I so desperately want to be in your and Ava's life. When bit her lower lip as she stirred him and then his extended hand. He can see she was still struggling as his eyes, but before he pulled his hand downwards, she put her hand in his as she held it tightly, making his eyes widen. Does it mean he was stuttering with wide eyes? I'm giving you a second chance, a last chance. This time, if you keep any secret from me or try to run away alone, I'll find you and myself, even haunt you in afterlife. He pulled her towards him, and before she lies, took her. Her eyes widen, but she gives up, making him to smirk. Thank you so much to give me a chance, and I promise I won't. Her cheeks went his secretly again. Stop it, she yells, hiding her face in his, while he just smiles, smirking. Sorry, but not sorry. You're officially mine. He smiles when pulled back as she looks towards him. What if he tried to do something again? He chuckles as he pulled her. He can't do anything now, baby. I'm successful enough that anyone will think 100 times before messing with me, he drawled as she punches again. But generally, we're all habit of flexings. He laughed. All habits never leave easily, you know? She shrugs and she smiles, putting her head. I love you, she blushed. Sorry, can't say the same. She smirks. That day is not far when you will confess yourself, he teased as she rolled her eyes, still blushing. We will see. Thanks for watching, everyone.